Right? Sorry, good evening.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you today?
Good
Hi,
evening.
good evening, teacher.
Fine.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on time, everybody. Nice to listen to you today, and also nice to see you. Well, hello, Marilyn Brizuela. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, that's excellent. Thank you for coming on time. Hello, Samuel. Well, Omar, how are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm good, very, very good because I'm here.
Excellent. That's a great attitude, and thank you for coming. What about you, Marcela? How are you today?
I'm good, teacher. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Well, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Javier, how are you today?
Hello, good evening. I am great. Thank you, sir.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for being here, Javier. What about you, Jose? How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, good. You're welcome, by the way. Let's see. Also, we have Diana. Hello, Diana. How are you today?
Hello, good evening. I'm a little tired because I almost arrived at my home from my job, but
Okay.
I'm really good.
Well, I'm really sorry because you are tired, but thank you for being here. Okay, that's something really nice. Remember, guys, I know that sometimes we have to do an extra effort, but remember, this is because of a good purpose. So let's keep doing your best, guys. Well, we have also Marcela Stephanie, I guess. So how are you, Marcela?
Hello, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. And you?
Very good. I'm doing great. Thank you, everybody. Well, thank you for coming to our class. It's great to be here with you guys and to start a new class. Remember that yesterday, guys, we were talking about. Let me see. Well, everybody, yesterday we were talking about receiving and taking messages. Today, guys, we have to continue with another important uh, topic. So let's see, guys, we will start with our first activity. And just before we continue, guys, or well, to start our class, I want to ask you a question. Everybody tell me, what do you think are common problems in a phone call? So what do you think about this? What are common problems in a phone call? Take 15 seconds, guys, and then we talk about it. Think about some common problems that we find or that we can have in a phone call. Let's see. Okay, give me a second, guys. Well, let's practice, guys. I want to listen to some of your answers about common problems that we can have in a phone call. I want to start listening to Marcela Abigail, okay? Marcela, can you tell me what do you think about this? What are some common problems?
Okay, teacher. I consider the most common problems is bad signal and busy call. Also um, problems about transfer and transfers and other departments, maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
That's
very
it.
good. Well, you focus on phone calls at work, and it's really good. Okay, that you get into our business that we had for today, and sometimes you cannot transfer to your line to another line or to your number to another from your number to another number. And there are also some other problems like the sign out. Also, what you mentioned that the line is busy. Okay, pretty good, Marcela. Thank you for your answer. What do you think, Omar? What are some common problems in a phone call?
Yeah, I think one common problem maybe in a job, for example, if if I talk with American people, maybe I think the native the native the native speaking of American people, I think is I don't know if a problem, but for me, I think that
Oh, you mean?
or yeah,
Uh-huh.
or maybe the American people them speak very fast, so
Uh-huh.
maybe I think this a little common problem for me. I don't know.
Okay, well, as I understood, you said that one of the problems that you find in a phone call is the American accent.
Yes, maybe so. It's very quickly.
Yeah, you are right, Omar.
Yeah.
Well, that's something really interesting, guys. Well, even though we are learning English, sometimes at the beginning when we interact with American people or people from other countries, from other English speaker countries, the thing is that it's kind of difficult to understand what they are saying because of their accent, because we are not used to listen to their accent. Maybe we as English speakers that we are learning English, or in my case that I learned English, we have a specific accent, and it's very common because all of us are from El Salvador or closer. So that's why we are not used to a different accent, and that's why it's kind of difficult. But it's also good to practice, guys. Actually, that's the thing that will help us a lot to practice, listen to phone calls, listen to different people talking in English from different countries, and at the end, it will be easier for us to understand what they are saying. Well, thank you for your comment, Omar. It was really good. Thank you for sharing. What do you think? Dun, 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 dun. Marilyn Brizuela, what are some common problems in a phone call?
I think one of the problems is that you can have eye contact and also the body language, the lack of body language. So you really don't know if the person on the other line um, is feeling uncomfortable, angry, or I don't know.
Okay, that's another good point. Actually, guys, well, what Madeline mentioned is really important. Why? Because when we are talking to a person, well, in our case, guys, if you all of us have a cell phone, so in our cell phones, give me For example, guys, if you have a cell phone, you know, you receive phone calls, and if you're talking to a friend or to someone you know, in that case, guys, you maybe you know some of the things or some of the characteristics of that person or how that person speaks. But in the case you are talking to someone you don't know, for example, as Omar mentioned, an American person or someone that is a stranger, in that case, everybody, we don't really know what's the attitude of that person or how that person feels. And maybe um, we can try to infer what is happening. Maybe we listen to a person speaking like very serious, but that's his or her personality, and we don't know. So that's a problem that we can find in phone calls. Thank you for sharing, Marilyn. That was really good. Now let's see. I want to listen to Juan. Okay, hello, Juan. Welcome to the class. Juan, what do
evening.
you think are common problems in a phone call?
Well, as all my classmates said, there are many factors that can influence in a phone call. As my classmate said, the line busy or the attitude of the caller or well, or your attitude as well. Maybe you had a bad day before, you are so stressed and you are burned down and you receive a, a bad call that the customer is so angry and well, your mind is high, right? So high. When a little you burns. So that's why you have to be control yourself. So you need to relax. I think phone calls is easy or not easy. I that what I said. Easy because you don't see to the other person. So if I think if she or he is starting to shot you, well, you can mute it. And you said what do I want to say him or her, but you mute first. Yeah, you can come out all your feelings with the color or right. And the other point or the other side, well, it's difficult because it's not the same that you call in front of the person. And well, the when you listening by a phone, you can have many problems like if you the line well could cut, for instance, right? You can listen to the other person, and that's why you say, could you repeat it again, right? And maybe the other person, I don't care to repeat it, or he doesn't want to repeat it, right? So in this case, there are many problems, as my classmate said, and it was well. That's why I realized that kind of classes, right? Because you can learn how to do a phone call or how to react when angry customer call you. So this topic is amazing. We need it.
Okay, thank you for sharing with us, Juan. Well, as you mentioned different things, actually, it was really interesting and important that we take this into account, guys. That as Juan said, well, there are many factors that can affect or that can make our phone calls kind of difficult, but well, something good that we have is that you have the opportunity in a phone call. If you are working and you are taking phone calls, you have the opportunity to relax, or in this case, to relax with the mic off, and then you can continue. But that's why it is important to control yourself, your emotions or feelings, and to answer as polite as possible. Today, guys, even though we are talking about this topic, we will not focus too much in angry customers, even though it's important. But there are some situations, guys, that can make communication difficult. That's why, everybody, we will focus a little bit in some expressions that maybe we will listen, and sometimes it can make these kind of things make harder our work or our ability to help people. First of all, guys, let's check some of the common problems that we can find in a call. Please, can you help me reading this part, Javier? What are the issues in a call?
Sure. You should in a call to the operator some cellular phones, wrong numbers, and technicals.
Good job. These are kind of categories, guys, that we will we will study today, guys, and that we can find some difficulties at the moment of communicating with others. For example, guys, if we are talking about problems or issues to the operator, we can listen to this kind of expressions. Can you help me reading this part, Jose?
To the operator, could you check the line, please? I'm having problems with a New York number.
Excellent. Okay, this is just an example, guys, New York number. But as you see, these are some common problems that you can find, and we, as not talking about job, talking about your personal life, everybody, in some cases you can find these problems. That maybe you had problems with the line, with the company or something like that, something related. That's why, everybody, it is important to understand different problems that you can go through during your work time, okay? So as you see, could you check the line, please? I'm having problems with a New York number. These are some expressions that we can listen, or in this case, guys, as a customer service agent or as a caller, you can have, okay? Let's move to the next issues that we can find, and they are related to sound. Please, Marilyn Amaya, okay? Help me reading these expressions.
Sound. I can hardly hear. I can hardly hear you. It's a terrible bad line. Can you speak up? Can you hear me? It's very noisy here.
Okay, good job. Thank you, Marilyn Amaya. As you can see, all of these questions and phrases that we can use are related to sound. If you can hear or not the person who is talking or is calling. As you can see, we have some important expressions. For example, can you speak up? Guys, I have a question. What's a definition for speak up? What do you think? Let's see. Brian, hello. Brian, what is a definition for speak up?
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
I don't know what they mean to speak out. What do you understand for can you speak out?
So you don't have any idea?
You don't have any idea? No.
Okay, don't worry. Very good. Let's see, Marcela Stephanie. What is a good definition for speak up?
I think
Huh? What do you think?
is speak very tall. Very
Okay.
tall.
Oh, speak louder. Speak louder. Very good.
Yes, speak big. For example, for
Okay.
example.
Okay, that's nice. Yes, guys. Well, as you know, first of all, let me tell you the following. Remember that, well, first of all, let me tell you that speak up is a phrasal verb. Remember that phrasal verbs are the, I could say, the use of two words. The first one a verb, the second one, it's not, well, it's not, the real name of this part in a
I know.
phrasal verb is not a preposition, but they are kind of prepositions. So as you see, everybody, speak up is the use of two words. In some cases, when we are using phrasal verbs, guys, they can be, or we can translate that idea literally. In some cases, it's not possible. Well, in this opportunity, it's possible. Why? As Marcela said, speak up. Speak up. So it means, everybody, to speak louder, okay? Imagine I am talking like this, I am speaking like this. So it's better, guys, it's better that you tell me, teacher, can you speak up? I can't hear you, okay? If I speak like this, okay? Speak up, okay? Very good. So that's why, everybody, these expressions are really important, because we, as the switchboard, it will help us a lot, guys, at the moment of talking to a person or receiving a phone call. Or if you're a customer service agent, it will help you guys to help that person in a better way. Okay, then, guys, well, can you hear me? Maybe if we don't have any answer from the other person. And well, that's all related to sound, remember. After that, everybody, we can continue with our next issue, and it's about the cellular phones, okay? Can you help me reading this? Dun, 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 dun. Well, we will listen to Maria. Maria, can you help me reading these expressions, please? Okay, I guess,
Sorry,
yes.
teacher.
Don't worry, okay? You can
Cellular
continue.
phones. My battery is nearly out. I am losing you. I am going to a tunnel. There are some problem with the neck.
Great. As you can see in this, in these phrases, well, this one is not common for the switchboard or the customer service agent. This is more about the customer or the caller. Because if you work in a call center, you know, it's not possible to work, or it's not common to work in other places different from on-site or at home. But these are some important phrases that we have to identify. Why? Because of the vocabulary, because it will be easier for you to understand what the other person is saying. Oh, I'm really sorry, my battery is nearly out. Okay, so you know that person, sooner or later, his or her cell phone is going to turn off. Okay, then I'm losing you, I'm going into a tunnel, you know. The net, well, this one, it's related to the last example, and it's about the net. Okay, sometimes there are some places in which well, the net is not working as well as in others, but it's good for you to have this vocabulary, guys, or to know about these common phrases that you will listen. Then the next one, guys, the next problem difficulties, it's about the wrong numbers. Please, let's continue with this and listen to Marilyn Brizuela. Okay, help me reading these expressions, Marilyn.
wrong numbers. I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number. I think I have the wrong number. Is this 199455677? I'll try and transfer you back to the switchboard.
Very good. As you see, in some of these cases, everybody, we are talking about, or we have some phrases that the switchboard can say. For example, the first one, everybody, is related to the switchboard or the customer service agent. So you can say, I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number, because imagine you work for a, I don't know, for an internet company, and someone is calling because his or her TV is not working. It's not related, okay? You are not related to TVs because your company is working with internet, okay? So in that case, you can say, I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number, okay? In the second one, guys, even though it's kind of similar, it shows, or it's more common to listen to the customer or the client or the caller using these expressions. And well, the next one, guys, I won't say, I won't comment anything. And with this expression, guys, remember yesterday we were talking about who is the switchboard and what is the switchboard job. So let me tell you guys that in this case, when we transfer, we as the switchboard transfer or connect the person who's calling with another person. In that case, everybody, okay, so maybe they are not talking to the right person. So they have, or the one that we transfer to will send us that person to us, okay? So that's why we are trying to mention this kind of troubles that we can find. Let's move, everybody, and look at this technical issues. Let's see. Omar, can you help me reading this, please?
Yes, sure, teacher. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, technical issues. The number is not in serve. And the second one, we were cut off.
Very good. So we were cut off. Now, another question about this, guys. What is cut off? Cut off.
Maybe I think teacher cut the call.
Okay, it's similar. You're partially correct, okay? That's good. Cut off, everybody, we could say that it's interrupted, okay? We were interrupted. So that's why I told you it's similar. Interrupt. So we were interrupted, or our call was interrupted. And then, guys, the number is not in service. When we make a phone call, if you are in charge of making phone calls, so you will find this problem that the people is not using that number anymore because they change it, because they stop paying their how can I say this? Well, their projects or something like related to their funds. Okay. Then everybody, we were cut off, so we were interrupted by something that maybe we don't know. In this case, we could mention that there are many troubles related to it. For example, guys, you can find that maybe, well, the battery, the net, because there were too much noise. So there are many things that can happen, guys. That's why it is important to, well, it is important for us, everybody, to know all these kind of vocabulary, because it will be important for you at the moment of using this vocabulary, or if you are talking to another person, guys, to, in this case, an American, a British, an Irish, or a Scottish person, it will be easier for you to identify what they are saying and what is the problem they are having while they are in the phone call, right? Let's continue, guys, and I have a question for all of you. After looking at these different issues that we can find in a phone call, tell me, what can you do in these situations? Think about this. What can you do in these kind of situations? If they have a problem with the number, if they have a problem, a technical issue, if they have an operator's issue. So what can you do in these situations? Let's pay attention to Javier, everybody. Javier, tell me, what can you do in these situations? How can you manage that situation?
Sorry, teacher, what situation?
The different issues that we mentioned. Let me see. It will be number 3. These issues, the operator, sound, cellular phones, wrong numbers, technical. So how can you manage with those situations? What do you think?
For example, in the wrong number, when the customer is wrong. For example, I can say, I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number.
Okay, that's right. Okay, that's actually that was an expression that we studied, and it's I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number. Okay, that's a possibility, guys, that we, of course, we have to show well, we have to show everybody that we understand the situation, that this person is not talking to the right person. So we have to understand that situation, and of course, everybody, in a polite way, show him or show her that well, they made a mistake at the moment of calling, right? Pretty good, Javier. Thank you. What do you think, Diana? How can we manage, or what can we do in these situations, in these kind of problems?
Well, in my case, I'm working at call center, so I'm sorry, some of these situations every day in my work, like when you have issues with your system. We have, I'm sorry, a department that have that manage that kind of problem. And in my case, called from this department. For example, if I have, for example, I'm use headsets. So if my headset didn't work, I call from this department that is support me to change my headsets or verify my system if I have any kind of problem, like the audio, or if my system doesn't work. And also receiving calls. I receive calls, sorry. And if, for example, we have customers that had problems, for example, that they don't provide the correct information, for example, the wrong number. So I have a script that like say, sorry, can you provide me your correct number, please? And they provide me the correct number for coming the call and locate this customer. Also, we have that kind of situations. And And also, well, in my case, we have the support department, and also we have the support with Mr. Supervisor. And also I learn every day because this is my work. But in my area, I need to call to the customer. So every day I discuss with the customers. And also I give information from them. And this is like this is a little bit that my work every day. So I think I have a script for from the calls. And also they learn me how to manage this situation. And I think it's all. I don't know.
Okay, that was really nice. Actually, I want to say thank you, Diana, for sharing about your experience in a call center, right? Because you are you are living that experience right now. Well, nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's really good. Okay, and
Yeah.
you mentioned different things that are really important. First of all, that you have a script. That you have a script. I'm sorry. So it at least it helps you to know or to have the right words that you can use at the moment of talking to the customers. And as you mentioned, right, something important is that you have like some other people working, I could say, behind you, because, well, as you mentioned, the support department and the supervisor. So all of those people are over there to help you in those kind of situations. And so thank you for sharing about it. Well, guys, as you listen to Diana, well, let me tell you guys, it is really important to listen to these kind of comments. Why? Because she's right there. Okay, she's right there in a call center. Even though, guys, in some cases, I have heard to different people who worked in a call center. Nowadays, maybe they are working in different places, but they can, even though if you're talking to a person who works over there or worked in the past over there, try to pay attention to those details that they mentioned, right? Because it will help us in case you want to have that experience. Well, something that can help us, guys, or that we can do in these kind of situations, of course, you have, as Diana mentioned, you have a lot of people working behind you that in some cases, they will be there to help you. And there are also some expressions that can help us at the moment of dealing with these situations. Remember, most in at least for today or this week, everybody, we will talk about some things that the switchboard is going to do. And some expressions can also help if you work as a customer service agent. And right now, guys, we have some phrases that we can use at the moment that we face with any of these problems, like the operator, wrong numbers, sound, or any other. Okay, let's continue and listen to Juan. Okay, Juan, can you help me reading these three expressions, these three phrases?
I told you right back. Hang up and I'll try again. Talk to you in a moment.
Very good. At the end, everybody, one good solution that we can have, and it's possible, not in all the cases, but in most of the cases, guys, is that you call back that person, okay? So if you can't hear that person, so, well, you should be sorry because of the situation, or you should apologize. But also, guys, you can find for different solutions. And if it doesn't work, it can help a lot if you call that person back, or if that person talk to you, as it says, in a moment. Okay, so hang up the call, and then that person call you. Okay, in this case, guys, well, in some call centers or in some places in which you have to work taking calls or making calls, it's not possible to hang up, everybody. It's not possible to hang up, or you can't hang up. It's not, well, my recommendation, guys, is don't do it in some cases. But wait for the person to do it. Well, that's all what we have for today, everybody, about some expressions that we will use. But in this moment, everybody, we will have a short practice. What is the practice about? Everybody, today's practice, it's a role play. As you know, we are practicing, guys, how to, we are practicing, guys, how to answer a phone call, and also some important things we have to use at the moment of facing different kind of issues. In this opportunity, guys, I will divide you in students A and students B. Okay, give me a second. I will make some groups. Today we are 9 people. Okay. Well, look at the instructions, everybody, and listen, okay? First of all, guys, student A, what is the task for student A? You are a telephone operator. You should get your classmates' information in your notebook. Ask questions to have as much information as possible. Remember, guys, yesterday we were talking about some questions that we can ask. If you are a switchboard, you know, everybody, you have to take notes of different information that the caller is going to give you. And also you can ask different questions to get as more information as possible. Okay, then what is students B task? You are a caller. You should tell your classmate some personal information. Use some expressions learned during yesterday and today's class. In this case, everybody, remember, you can give your information, you can speak about different things related to it. And also, guys, something that can help you is to present or to introduce a problem, okay? For example, I can't hear you, or I can hardly hear you, okay? So then both of you have to manage with that situation to give the information or to share your information.
Random information.
Yes, you can give random information, guys. It depends on you, but please try to take notes of the information. For example, guys, imagine I said to my partner, my name is Pancho Villa, okay? And I am 26 years old. I want to talk to your supervisor because I need his approval to the next marketing project that we have in the company. Okay, but then your classmate is going to take all that information, is going to write down all that information. But when we came back, or when we come back in this case, because we haven't gone, when we come back, you don't remember that information, and your classmate says, well, Christian told me that he was calling because he needed money. And you said, yes, that's true. But that's not true, guys. I didn't say I need money. I said I need his approval for a new marketing project. Okay, so you have to remember what you said, everybody, because you have to confirm what your classmate is saying, okay? Okay. Everybody,
Okay,
let me
teacher.
see. In this opportunity, the people who are going to be number one, student A, I mean the telephone operators are Javier, Juan, Marcela, Abigail, and Omar. Okay? It means that Maria, Jose, Madeline Brizuela, and Diana, they will be the callers. So they have to, well, they have to give their information according to the questions that the switchboards are going to ask. And then everybody, okay, remember, telephone operators, you have to take notes, okay? Try to have a conversation, guys. Present a problem, try to show what is the problem that you have at the moment of having the phone call. And we'll be right back over here, everybody, in 5 minutes, okay? See you guys, try to practice and do your best.
Okay, teacher.
Hi, Marilyn.
Hi.
Well, I think Marcela is having troubles to connect.
Okay.
So I will see if she can answer in the main room. If she can speak over there, I will move you to the main class, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hello, Marcela, can you hear me? Hello, Marcela, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, I hear you.
Okay, I don't know what happened, but I will move Marilyn over here for you to practice, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, Marilyn is coming. Very good. Okay, Marcela, Marilyn, you can practice right now.
Okay, can you hear me, Marilyn?
I buy, I don't know, iPhone, I don't know the cell phone, but it is the
iPhone.
iPhone that, yes.
Oh, great. Okay.
Thank you.
It's a good.
Okay,
Sorry.
no, tell me.
Okay. Okay. Let me see.
Internet, and also we don't and also the battery didn't work. The charge didn't charge right now. I don't know what's happening, and I need to use it for my work. It's important to me, so that have 3 problems, and maybe we have more. Maybe we found more problems when they come right to my home.
Okay, Diana, thank you for calling. And I repeat again about the travel.
Yes.
You need a technician because your devices doesn't work in good. So your laptop had a problem with the charge, and
Tell me, in this moment, what are you going to do exactly?
Well, I tried checking the battery. I try also the core plug. I tried unplugging it and plugging it again, and I try also well checking if it has any kind of lights, red light or anything, but everything is fine. But when I'm trying to start it, it doesn't do anything.
Okay, in that case,
Yeah.
So, if it's from the Fondo Social para la Vivienda, you can ask me if about the credit I have for the house.
Okay. And why do you want to get any house?
Because right now I live with my parents and I want to be independent, and
Okay.
I have the job that can give me the security, the financial security to get a credit for a house.
Excellent. Thank you, Marilyn. Good. Okay, I'm really sorry, guys. It's almost time to go, but I want to listen to some of your answers. I want to listen to the phone calls that you had. Okay. Well, Marilyn, can you tell me a number from 1 to 4?
3.
Number 3.
Yes.
Okay. That's your group, Marilyn. So you are in room number.
Okay.
You went in room number 3. Okay. So I want
number
to listen.
2.
Nah, come on, number 3. You said number 3. Okay. So this is your opportunity to participate. Well, I want to know who was the switchboard. It was Marcela, right?
Marcela.
Marcela.
Yes,
Okay.
Marcela.
So Marcela, tell me about the phone call with Marilyn.
Okay. With Marilyn, we were role play in Fondo Social para la Vivienda, and she called me about she gets a new house, and so and tell me your name is Marilyn Elizabeth Brizuela Lagos, and I your her age it's 41 years old, and currently I live in San Salvador.
You live
To
in
be
San
more
Salvador?
specific, yes, she lives in San Salvador.
Okay,
Sorry.
continue.
She lives in San Salvador, and to be more specific, en Colonia Las Azucenas, house number 5, and that's it.
Okay, very good. So you got very important information about her. I just listened to the end of the phone call, and she was saying that she needed to buy a house to be independent. I remember. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Okay, thank you, Marcela, for sharing some information that you got from Madeline. It was pretty nice. Well, guys, I want to continue listening to all of you, but sadly, it's time to go. So it means, everybody, that we will continue practicing this tomorrow, or we will have kind of a different activity tomorrow. But remember, right now, we will focus on phone calls, okay? So let's practice, guys. Try to study and practice pronunciation, practice listening, focus on phone calls, right? Just before we go, guys, I want to ask you to continue working on the platform. Remember, guys, there are different activities we have to complete over there, and of course, everybody, it will help us a lot. So please try to work on these activities, and well, that's all for today, guys. I want to congratulate all of you. Well, most of you are working on the platform, and you have a good percentage of progress. Just please continue working on it. Everybody, remember, on Friday we have to finish at least 50% of the activities. So, well, continue doing your best, guys. Remember, practice makes perfect. It was good to see you and listen to you today, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.